Oh. Yes, hello. Welcome back to the Pop-Up with Paul and Friends. Great to have you here listening, watching, subscribing, all the things in between that come with a podcast with me and some very interesting, unique, and usually funny guests. And this week is no different. And I do a nice intro with them here, but I just want to do a disclaimer real quick about this episode specifically because I love bringing all walks of life together. I specifically love, I took this job many years ago because I kept following this curiosity I had as a questioner, as almost like a childlike. I'm very connected to being a kid in many ways, and this job of being curious and inquisitive always matched well with my personality. And I like to think that way as I do this job more, interviewing big famous people, interviewing all different types of people. And so this week I think was really special because our guests are over from Iraq for the first time ever in America, one of our guests. And I just wanted to give you guys a disclaimer about this episode. He doesn't speak a lick of English. This was so interesting to me. But his nephew, my boy Younis, translate the whole episode. So bear with us if you're just listening to this episode. I think it'll be fine if you're watching, but bear with us as we translate because what happens is a beautiful conversation, a beautiful, just enlightening type of chat based in curiosity and that kind of brightness I'm talking about. And I'm grateful to have them on. I'm going to go to the intro I did with them, but just giving you guys a disclaimer. Thank you guys for being here each week. I appreciate the growth of this show. We're continuing to grow. And I want you to know, when you come into the show, it's everybody and anybody who I think has interesting stories, and I think you would find interesting and you could learn something from. And I specifically think we should be talking to all types of people. And this episode to me is very much important in that regard because that's why we do this stuff. We have conversations we find good and we find funny. We find good and funny, and we also talk about real stuff. Let's get to it, huh? This next guest is a good buddy of mine in the comedy scene, but not just a good buddy today. This is a special treat because we have his uncle in the house. Now, his uncle just got to America for the first time ever. This is his third day in America. I think it's going to be such a special chat because we're going to talk comedy, we're going to talk family, we're going to talk all things. Put your hands together for Younis Dhaher and Uncle
Salam.
Uncle Salam, everybody. I got so nervous I was going to get one of the names wrong that I actually went to you even though I knew it.
No, it's good. It's good. This is, Uncle Salam right here. Do you guys say, like in Italian, is it uncle or do you guys have like a,
we say Zio. What is it in Arabic?
In Arabic, it's Ammu.
Amu.
Hey,
Amu Salam.
Hey.
Amu Salam, everybody. Part of this episode is going to be me learning Arabic with an Italian accent.
Yes,
now,
sir.
wait, before, just getting into it right away, how much English do you speak? Is this too fast for you if I talk like this?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
He speaks zero English.
Zero.
But
Wow.
He knows some words.
This is going to be like a meeting at the UN.
Yeah.
Younis is going to be, just translating the whole time. How does comedy translate? Because you're a comedian.
Yeah.
So does your uncle think you're funny?
يقول لك أنت تفكر أني أضحك يعني.
نعم.
Yes.
But in English it sounds like you're saying no.
Yeah. No. I didn't pay him to say this. He said نعم is yes.
نعم is yes.
وسأل قبل شوية إيش قد إنجليزي تحكي.
يعني
I asked him how much English do you know?
I am not understand English.
Well, how about
because speed
It's quick.
too fast?
Too quick.
Too fast.
Yeah.
Especially this medium, I feel like all I do is,
Boom,
a
boom.
mile a minute on the microphone.
Yeah.
What's your impression? Let's just start with Uncle here. What's your impression of America 3 days in?
شو تفكر عن أمريكا؟ وتقدر تقول لي بالعربي ترجم لي. شنو الفكرة؟
يعني أمريكا يعني بلد جميل جدا يعني.
It's a beautiful land.
متقدم جدا. والشعب الأمريكي يعني شعب طيب.
The American people are really kind, really great.
مساعدة للآخرين. يعني بصورة يعني مدهشة.
They love helping the people.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are you hanging out with here? I gotta find this
يقول لك ويا من طالع.
بس من يعني أسأل في بعض الأحيان بالشارع يعني.
When he asks around in the street.
مثلا شخص
Cool.
وكذا،
People are nice.
رأسا يقول لي I hope أن أتمنى لك أن تفرح أن
Yeah, I'll send you these pictures. We're walking around, I'm taking a picture.
بالشوارع تتونس في أمريكا.
Wow.
أهلا وسهلا بك في أمريكا. Welcome America.
They welcome him.
Yeah.
People are taking
Welcoming.
pictures with him. I tell them he's new here. They're like, oh, welcome home.
Now, are you telling him he's like a foreign royalty? Like, are you
Should-
are you telling people?
We could say that. يعني like يقول لك أنت يعني
He's like the better looking Iraqi Borat, maybe.
يقول لك أنت أحلى شوي من بورات ممثل. He kind of somebody told him he looked like Saddam yesterday. Is it true? يقول like شبه صدام.
I don't know. That sounds like a little racist.
No,
to just like
no,
Iraq, you go to the first guy. You look like him. That's like saying I look like Trump.
A
just
little
because
bit.
it's a little
with the hair.
A big well. You know.
I didn't know you could do a Trump
I
impression.
can't really. So what's this experience like for you, man? You came to LA. You've been working. So I know Younis through comedy. Younis is a hilarious stand-up comedian.
Thank you.
You also don't have an accent. You have a story about coming to America.
Yeah.
So this must be kind of a unique moment. Because I can relate with my immigrant story with my family, but you came over as a kid. Tell us a little bit about the journey here.
So 2001. So my uncle, this is my dad's brother. So he, the right before the war kind of happens, my dad decided to leave Iraq. You know, we left Iraq, so we went to Yemen. We were refugees in Yemen for about a year, I would say. And then my dad passed away there, and this was 2002. And then we were stuck in Yemen. It was, you know, me, my mom, and two sisters. And then my grandpa, who's sitting over there, he was in America at the time. And he went to like a local mosque and, you know, hey, my daughter and her kids are stuck in Yemen. Can anyone help, donate, whatever, you know? And there was a gentleman named Abu Walid. And he decided...
Your boy?
Abu Walid, yeah. It's in Arabic, we say like father of. Like this person is the father of...
I like that,
you know?
like the titling.
Like Abu Abdullah is what they call him in Iraq. His son is Abdullah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they always say, you know, like Abu, you know. So yeah, that's how they do it. But so
I have a stupid question.
Yes, ask me.
Abu is also the name of the monkey in
Aladdin.
And is he the father of somebody?
I actually never thought
It's
about
a very
that.
dumb American
That
follow-up.
is,
I'm sorry.
no.
But that's how we know. That's the one word we know from our culture, Abu.
You know what's funny is in Aladdin, I think Aqraba, the city, that's a real city in Palestine. Yeah, that's where that's where Rami, you know, Rami, Abu
boy
Sham,
Rami,
boy Rami, his family's from Aqraba. So we're
What?
like, oh, from Disney? That's like, you know, it's a real place.
It's about Rami's family. Who knew? That's amazing.
Rami's Aladdin.
All right, keep going. Clearly, you're telling your story. I'm just going right to a Disney movie as what I know.
Which is, it's all the same. You know, it's all one big story. But so yeah, we were in Yemen and, you know, Abu Walid helped out and, you know, helped get us in a safer place in Jordan. We were there for about a year. He helped us seek asylum, and my grandpa helped with this. And then we finally, after, you know, 3 years, you know, we finally came to America. So there was just me, my mom, 2 sisters, my grandpa, my grandparents were here in America.
Nice.
And then, you know, it's funny. He actually has a story that I was gonna ask, because he tried to leave Iraq later on.
So he stayed. Wait, you left and he stayed in Iraq.
Yeah, he
and then the
stayed.
war was going on in Iraq.
Yeah.
He was there. Where? What city were you in during this time?
Baghdad.
Baghdad.
Yeah.
So wasn't all the action of the war around Baghdad? That's at least how we saw it a lot of the time.
يقول لك الحرب انت من صار ليش ما عرفت العراق؟ ليش ما جيت او ليش من يعني ليش بقيت بالعراق؟ وش فكرت بالعراق؟
وين اروح يعني عائلتي موجوده family
at the time
difficult
to leave.
You couldn't leave during the wartime.
At the time, you know, he's married, he has kids at the time, so he didn't want to take a risk leaving, you know.
But your family, you guys did.
I never really. I'm curious to know what his like perspective is on it. يعني ايش فكرت من بوقتها بابا الله يرحمه قال لك أنا حسافر
I think
اليمن.
he's asking if the Aladdin joke was offensive.
No, it's not.
No. Tell him for real. As you translate, can you say the English as he's talking so it's a little bit cleaner for us?
I'm gonna ask him, you know, what his perspective is
Perfect.
on what when we decided to leave. Like, what was his going through his mind?
Try and UN it with the translation. Like, as he's talking, speak over it so we can hear it.
Do both. I'll do it easily.
Yeah, so it's clean. Yeah, thank you.
يريد يسألك يعني شنو كانت فكرك من احنا رحنا وانتم يعني شنو من قال لك بابا بوقتها احنا رايحين مسافرين اليمن نجي امريكا. شنو كانت فكرك عليها بوقتها؟
يعني كنت اتمنى انا هم اطلع وياه.
He wanted to leave too.
اطلع يعني خارج امريكا خارج العراق تيجي لامريكا.
It was illegal at the time.
To leave.
Yeah.
During a war.
Even for us بوقتها يعني مو بابا بوقتها سوى من مو يعني من احنا شلون طلعنا بوقتها؟
طلعت بتزوير يعني.
Literally like smuggled. We got smuggled out. You know.
اختلاف الاسماء يعني. واثق صار اسمه خلف.
My dad changed his name from Wathiq to Khalaf on paperwork, so because he was in the military at the time, you know.
Right.
And yeah, because if he got caught at the border with his real name, with his real identity, it's like a death penalty at the time, I think.
Wow.
Because of the, you know, you're leaving during turbulent times. You know, I think even in America it's similar. When like a military guy tries to leave during war, it's like it's a crime, right? In America.
I don't know, but if
Something
you're maybe
like that.
active in the military, maybe,
yeah,
or you
active.
get kicked, or you get in
Yeah.
trouble if you dodge service or something. If you're
It's
signed
similar.
up.
It's the same. You know, like I think Muhammad Ali. Remember he didn't want to go to war.
Oh, that's right. But he said it was for religious reasons, and he got out of it, right?
Yeah, he got out
I
of
guess
it.
you could always say that. You couldn't though in
Not
Iraq.
in Iraq, no. You had to, and he was in the military for 20 years. My dad at the time. That
Wow.
was his job. You know, so he had to. You know, we got to get smuggled into Yemen, and انت جربت مرة قلت تطلع مو تقدر تقول القصة هاي.
طلعت إلى سوريا.
He tried to leave to
أنا
Syria.
وعائلتي. بعت كل الأغراض البيت والسيارة.
هاي السنة.
سنة 2006.
In 2006,
بعد سقوط بغداد طلعت إلى سوريا، خليت عائلتي بسوريا، وأنا حاولت أن أطلع، رحت للمغرب موراكو.
Morocco.
موراكو.
Okay, so you're gonna go there.
أطلع إلى إسبانيا.
Has a ترجمة.
Spain.
Yeah. So he left from Iraq to Syria. He let his family stay in Syria. Then he himself went to Morocco, so that way if he gets to Europe, he could be able.
إن سوريا.
Wow.
Yeah, and
إن
his
سوريا. طلعت بالمغرب اللي أنا مرتب وياهم يطلعوني لإسبانيا، طلعوا عصابة.
there was a gang that he tried to work with to get smuggled out of Morocco to go to Spain.
عصابة.
And there was a
هذا
gang.
ياخذون فلوسي وجوازي الباسبورت ياخذوه.
They take his passport and money.
بالمغرب لا حول ولا قوة.
Wow.
Yeah.
فواحد من العصابة اجى عرفني أنا عراقي، طلع هو هم عراقي من نفس المنطقة اللي أنا عايش فيها في بغداد.
One of the guys that was part of the gang.
فإجا قال لي
أترجم لي لازم أترجم لي. One of the guys from the gang, he was also, even though they were in Morocco, he was Iraqi from the same neighborhood as him.
Oh my gosh.
So this gang, he when he found out that he's from that neighborhood, he was looking out
Trying
for
to
him.
help him.
وش قال لك؟
فقال لي أنا حساعدك بس بدون ما تقولهم، لأن إذا تقولهم يقتلوني. يعني
He said,
يقتلوا إلي.
I'm gonna help you, but don't tell the gang because they'll kill both of us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
فقال لي لا تنطيهم الجواز، إذا تعطيهم الجواز ترى ينهوك، يعني ياخذون فلوسك ويهدوك بالشارع.
Yeah, no matter what you do, don't give them the passport because once they have your passport, that's
They
pretty
know.
much you can't leave. You're stuck,
Yeah,
and that's when they are. We got his money, we got his passport, kill him. You know?
فأخذ الجواز وانهزم.
Yeah,
لا تعطي الجواز وانهزم ولا تعطيهم الفلوس، احنا الفلوس نعطيهم اياه بسوريا.
yeah. So they already took his money.
مجرد ما يعني يعطي الجواز يجبروني ان انطيهم الفلوس من سوريا. عند شخص ثالث يعني.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand him, but I can tell.
You get
at least
what-
I can
yeah,
tell
where
that it
it's
was a
going.
difficult situation, and
Yeah.
he ended up having to go back to Iraq. He couldn't leave, basically,
وقتها
right?
من هاي فشلت السالفة وهذول ايش سوى؟
انهزمت، رحت للمطار قبل، حجزت ورجعت السوريا.
He went back to Syria. Once he got his passport, the guy told him leave. He luckily left. They stole his money. They took
Wow.
everything, but he was able to go back to Syria with his family. Then they went back
To Iraq. And but what was the end goal at the time? Were they trying to come to
His
America?
goal
or
was
no?
to come just leave the Middle East. He was trying. That's what, so Morocco is pretty close to Spain.
Yeah.
So okay, the America route didn't work. So that's the route we took. It worked for, but at the time it was almost impossible. So all right, at least if not America, let's go to Spain. Let's anywhere safe in Europe. A lot of people went to Greece. A lot of people went to حتى وين راح Sweden بوقتها.
Sweden, just anywhere.
بالسويد راحوا مو هم عراقيين.
للسويد؟
إيه.
اي قسم راحوا لاي مكان.
Yeah.
Just because it was, I mean, how long was it war torn in Baghdad?
From
Many years.
2003, and then it got really bad in 2008, and then all those years,
Yeah.
and then.
And when
right-
did you leave?
We left Iraq technically 2001, right when everything. Remember, like when Bush would go on TV and he's hey, Saddam has got weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
When that was going on, my dad's like,
This doesn't look good.
let's get out of here,
I have so many questions about your perception of America because you came at that time as a kid, but
I
you
was a
also were
kid.
escaping the dangers of Americans coming to your
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
Then you come here. Your grandfather's here.
Yeah.
He tries to leave.
And couldn't get out.
He says he loves America. He's just been to America. But is it kind of like funny, like that was the war and you're now Iraqi American, or what's the word for you?
Yeah, I guess technically, I mean, I'm a U.S. citizen now. I became a U.S. citizen.
Prove it.
I just pull out the passport.
Imagine this kid's like super like, you get and now I'm Trump again. Let's see it. Give me the paperwork. No, I'm kidding. I don't
That's
want
actually a
to
great
perpetrate
impression.
him at all. That's not even. We don't do politics, even though can't avoid politics with this
It's
interview.
hard,
I think in a way.
We were actually talking about this yesterday because we're like, how do you go about this topic without bringing up politics? Because all of this was political war.
Well, yeah. Also, for me, like growing up during this time, being close to New York City after 9/11, and then hearing what Bush said, then knowing you as friends, knowing like what we were told then, it's
Yeah.
very kind of interesting
see both sides
to
of
like
it.
think about. In a way, it levels everything because we are sold stories on about war
Yeah.
for whatever countries we're in, right? But you're an example of, someone from over there who left it, who tried to escape it. It was
Yeah.
not easy for you guys to survive. You're literally avoiding getting murdered if you
Yeah.
found out you left.
1,000,000%. I mean, we literally, like I said, 3 different countries to get here. You know what I mean? Smuggled 3 different countries to get here. What's interesting is like when you ask a man, but like, how do you like it here? The thing is, everybody back home, I mean, I can't speak for him, but at least for myself and my family, like, at the end of the day, we just want peace. We just want safety. When he came here, he landed, he's just like, this is a beautiful country. People are doing their thing. That's all anybody anywhere in war-torn,
Yeah.
It's just, so it's like, we don't look at it like, oh, the war, that means Americans are at fault. We know that the day-to-day person is living their life the same way we were living our lives.
Totally.
And it's just, and for him, it's a dream. I mean, even before the war, like America, you have to remember, is like American dream. All that stuff is like sold to not just us here in America, but to everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Like, you ask anybody in Iraq about America, they're like, oh, that's, heaven. Like, whoa, that's where everything is, and that's why when he landed here, there's no animosity, let's say, or any hatred. It's because it's the politics and all that stuff is bigger than us.
Totally. I mean, there's good people everywhere in the world, what
Yeah.
I've found. So it is difficult, but it's interesting talking to you guys, especially someone who's 3 days into
3 days in,
America
yeah.
after being so affected by America. It's
Yeah.
also what's so interesting to me. Like
Yeah.
trying to leave during that time
Is
also because of America, but now being here, tying it to being here now and enjoying the fruits of your visit. I need to know what he's eaten so far and what has been the funniest reaction. Do you have a hot dog or a slice of pizza or anything?
yeah.
I'm just going from war to dumb food. Look
tacos.
at talk about segue. Thank God this isn't CNN.
it's like, but where did we go? I'm trying to think. We took him around. We took him to he saw the Muhammad Ali Walk of Fame star.
Oh, that's cool.
We
yeah.
took him. I took him there yesterday. I took him to the Griffith Park, so he got to see the Hollywood sign. He got to see all of LA. We ate. We've been eating a lot of home cooked food.
Nice. You gotta ease the stomach.
Yeah.
Into the American diet.
I mean, but honestly, the Iraq diet is pretty unhealthy too.
Is it?
A little bit.
Yeah, but you're everywhere. If you're from somewhere, you get used to. Like if I go to Italy, I get a base of their food there. I get used to it. Like it's olive oil based.
It's because he also was in Chicago for a day and then he came here because he landed in Chicago with my family and they all came out here to see me.
You didn't give him deep dish his first
I
day in
can't
America,
take
did
pizza
you?
much
Please, God,
Chicago,
no.
or shall we
Please,
get
no.
No.
Thank God. Oh my God.
We could
He would have
all-
went right back on the plane because it's not pizza. Okay. No offense. I know you grew up in Chicago. That's not pizza. Okay, that's soup.
I don't know if you know this, but people day to day in Chicago don't eat Chicago pizza. It's just when people come visit us.
It's
we
touristy.
take them.
Yeah.
It's
Same
a
with like
touristy thing.
hot dogs in New York. We don't really eat them in
Best-
New York, but.
I want to. What's interesting is I kind of want to ask him what he thought of Hollywood. I haven't because we've been just on the go.
Well, where'd you take him? Did you take him to Hollywood Boulevard?
We took him to where the downtown
where the stars are.
Yeah,
and
where the stars are.
Because it's very much like a Times Square. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe
It
by the
was.
Bean in Chicago, similar. I don't
Similar.
know. Kind of like very touristy.
Yeah.
It's not as local. It's more like a lot of people from other cities in the
all
world.
over. Yeah. ايش فكرت بداونتاون البارحة من شفت الهوليوود وشفت الناس الجو مال
جميل جدا يعني كلش حلو وتقدم يعني واصلين مراحل العراق يعني
Smaller.
It's nothing like there's nothing like that. in
Like
Iraq.
bigger and
يعني
Yeah.
احنا احدث بنايه يمكن انبنت عام 1975
The most last time they built a brand new building was 1975.
oh my
سنة
gosh.
79 و80 ماكو وراها بناء ولا اكو
No infrastructure, no
Wow.
buildings.
That's funny because
قديم old يعني
sure.
Yeah.
Well, LA is a fairly newer city in comparison to like New York and
Oh,
other
100%.
American cities. So I can see that
Yeah,
being an
yeah.
observation that we never think about.
Not only that, and when something breaks down back home, like last time I was there to visit him was 2017, I want to say, and like when like the roads here, something there's a what is it, a pothole or
Yeah.
something, they'll fix it. There, once something breaks, that's it.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any new buildings or new infrastructure since the 80s. So when all the war happens and all the bombs broke everything down, the schools that got
They didn't fix them up?
They haven't been rebuilt.
So is it devastated? Like there's just like concrete and stuff?
I was
like
asking
broken?
him yesterday as a joke. I'm like, what if in the future, I save up some money, I get some people to donate like $100 million to bring re-infrastructure to Iraq. He's like, yeah, that'll probably fix like one neighborhood.
Wow.
Because
it's bad. There's a lot of
like he's like
torn
maybe
down.
just the block we grew up on, maybe $100 million. Yeah, they just could fix one neighborhood. That's how the devastation of the war was back home.
It's so interesting too, like having perspective for this stuff. Like here we are in a beautifully lit area with food, with coffee, with like everything. I could Uber Eats anything in the world right now if I wanted to eat it.
You know what he's not used to is card. We don't have debit cards,
get
credit
outta
cards
here.
in Iraq. So everything is cash. So when we
that's
go out to
cool.
places right now, I'm like, no, it's on the card. He's like, what do you mean card? I was trying to explain to him Amazon.
Oh my
You
gosh.
just order on Amazon, they drop it off to you in 2 days. He's like, what do you wait?
It could be
How
even,
do they
tell
find
them
your
it could be
house?
24. It could be less than. It could be a day, 24 hours.
على امازون ده احكي لك هنا بالطريقه.
Wait, tell him. I'm curious to see his reaction. Tell him I could. I don't want to. I hope not diminishing the like level. Tell him I could call someone right now and get groceries for the week in a half hour.
يقدر يخابر واحد بنص ساعه يجيب كل المسواق مال اسبوع كامل يذبوها ببيته. يجي هنا من الامازون.
Not as big a reaction as I thought it was going to be, but
He said, you know what he just said? He said, we don't have that.
Well, but I think about this sometimes with the way American culture is going, where like perspective is so important, and like talking about the things you guys, escaping death and all this stuff, and then we see Twitter and we see people yelling at each other, and I remind myself all the time. I try to have that perspective reminder about things could be. You guys had it really hard.
Yeah.
You also don't come across that way. You're a comedian. You're so fun loving on stage. Like there's also an active choice for someone like you with what you've been through to kind of see the positive.
Because there's two ways I could look at it, right? There's one where it's like, poor me. Look at what happened to me. The war happened. Life sucks, and this is what it is. And I could just, and it's true. And I have the right to feel like that. And I have the right to be sad about it. But I also could be like, look, I could use that as a way to look what we've been through, and we could keep going. We could like going on stage and making a joke out of it is not to make fun of what's going on, but it's like, hey, we're still living. We have God on our side. Mm-hmm. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep it positive, and it's a blessing that we have another day. I'm not like, and it's not every day. I'm not every day positive, but it's like when I'm having a bad day, I just remind myself, okay, like, hey, we got tomorrow. We got a new chance tomorrow. And like I was, I remember the other day, some guy tried to book me for a show. Hey, come. Actually, we can't. I'm sorry. I booked somebody else. I was like, no worries. Like, yeah, man, this is a tough business. I was like, brother, I've been smuggled through 3 different countries. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's like I'm okay. I'm gonna go. Like you said, go Uber, eat something. Like it's all perspective. And at the end of the day, like we gotta show people, like, hey, this war and all this stuff happened to impact a lot of people. But where resilience kicks in, where love kicks in, where we're here now, and people, like you said, they're welcoming us with open arms.
Right.
Like the day-to-day people still show love, and we try to keep a pushing for that.
So I love talking to your uncle.
So he said, "No, ما قلت له تريد."
Can you tell my hair's fake? Wait.
So he was saying a few years ago, his wife passed away.
Oh.
If is it okay if he?
Whatever you're
story.
comfortable
Okay,
sharing. Sure. So sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Sure. Just translate for me, Younis.
يعني اللي صار.
نهاية شهر رمضان احنا عندنا بعد ما ينتهي رمضان.
Before Ramadan, the day before Ramadan ended.
أول يوم العيد.
Yeah, the first day of Eid.
الساعة 12:30 بالليل. طلعت رايح أنا وزوجتي وابني وزوجته وبناتي 2.
So it was.
طلعنا من بيت أخويا كنا بزيارة خاصة يعني. طلعنا من بيت أخويا لنتجه لبيتنا. لنرجع لبيتنا.
So the day of Eid, when Ramadan ends, you know how we were fasting for
Yeah,
Ramadan?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Eid we have a big celebration. So usually the Eid is the day that everyone goes out at night and celebrates. So it was him, his wife, his 2 kids, and his son, and his son's wife. We're all in the car driving. And he was on the highway driving. They're having a good time. They're celebrating Eid. And
أنا سيارتي ناسية مو عالية يعني. جاني واحد سكران مخمور.
A drunk driver.
Oh no.
Yeah, came.
لاند كروز عالي سيارة عالية.
Oh.
صعد عليه.
Yeah.
It landed on top of the car?
And the car flipped. He got hit from behind. The car flipped.
I'm so sorry. Jesus.
زوجتي.
Yeah.
وزوجة ابني.
Yeah. His wife died and his daughter-in-law died during the car accident.
Oh my gosh. So sorry.
بناتي 2 تعوروا.
They were injured, really badly injured.
Everyone was injured. Wow.
Yeah.
رقبته my son.
Oh man,
و-
terrible.
ويعني شنو بوقتها ساعدك يعني العائلة موجودة يعني شلون يعني شلون من صار هاي شلون ضليت
أعاني طبعا ما يصاد
you know
إلى اللحظة.
he said to this day he's still sad about it you
Oh,
know? Yeah,
so
that's what
sorry.
keeps, you know but
Yeah.
that's why like when he came here you know it was this beautiful thing he told me yesterday. We were out at Griffith Park and he's just like, man, like before getting that visa to come to America, he was telling me like he was just counting his days like
right.
yeah, because you're stuck in Iraq and he's like when they gave him that visa to come visit, it was like he's like I have another chance to you know have something to look forward to.
Sure,
You know? So that's why I think another big reason why when he came here was very you know like it gave him a fresh
New lease on you. How long is he here?
ايش قد قال حطول هنا
شهر
1 week.
Yeah, and then we're gonna try to get him to do another visa because they first give you like a 6-month visa.
Okay.
And they see, are you gonna come back? They see how
Right.
you know, did you get in trouble, whatever
Right,
it is.
right.
And then if he doesn't, which he's you know he's a good dude, he's gonna reapply and hopefully they give him a 10-year visa so he can come anytime within these 10 years.
Back and forth.
So yeah, the dream is for him to you know keep coming back and forth to have a chance you know to see the world you know and but he's one of the greatest people I know, by the way. Like never a moment where it's not a good time. Whenever we're hanging out, he's always cracking us up. Since I was a kid, you know, he's like he's one of the good أكثر واحد أحبه بالعالم يعني.
That's so cute. I can sense you guys are similar too.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so sorry for his loss and your loss. What you guys have been through has been so much, and you both have a disposition of like brightness and positivity,
Yeah.
which I think can be the other way, which is a beautiful testament to your spirits, you know. Also, an observation I have about Arabic today, which I never realized, and maybe it's Iraqi Arabic because we both start with the I, but like I can read his body language really well, like Italian. Like it's like almost like I'm trying to listen in Italian.
Oh, the way he speaks.
But it's very. I mean, we say the Italians have the hand stereotype. But I don't know. You guys are giving us a run for our money right now.
يقول العرب والإيطاليين نفس الشيء.
It's very Italian. You're very Italian too. You're very.
قاعد إيطالي يقول لك.
Of course, I'm making it like my people. You know, I'm just making it. You're like me. No, but it's similar. A lot of hands. A lot of hands.
Yeah, a lot of hands.
Right?
أنت شو تفكر على الناس الإيطاليين؟ متعرف على الإيطاليين قبل؟
لا ما أعرف الإيطالي بس بالطبع يعني جيدين.
I asked him what does he think about the Italian people. He said I don't know much about them, but they're really good in soccer.
Yes, yes. Not me, but my people. My people. I'll cook a pizza for you. Cook a pizza. I'll make a pizza for you. Arabic pizza. I know. I'll do Iraqi. I'll do all the spices Iraq. I've done it before. I've done Middle Eastern pizza.
Oh, really?
Pretty good. Yeah. With Zach, Palestinian.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, we do it with the. I'm forgetting the name of the spice. It is kind of hot because you know we keep the audio.
He met Zach yesterday, by the way. Yeah, Zach يعرفه.
Zach's a good friend of mine. So so I know Younis. Yeah, I know Younis through Zach, a good friend of mine, my sister's boyfriend, and it's been fun meeting you guys, and also the perspective you bring to comedy, because I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I also love that the stuff we're talking about, escaping Iraq. You're starting to just bring it out on stage now. So here you are telling it here in a more public forum.
No, 1,000%. It's actually like my first time ever, really. A lot of people that know me, a lot of them don't know this story. I've never really, but it's actually like it's very new territory to even speak about it. I don't know if I'm, I hope I'm doing the Iraqi people justice. I hope I'm making them happy. I hope, him coming here, bringing liveliness. Like, the reason I'm happy he was in town when he asked me to come is because, like, what better way to say it than with, my uncle here being, like, what a beautiful full circle moment, It must be kind of weird and surreal, like studio microphones. Yeah. Or, I mean, they have radio and media in this
Iraq,
is his first time, on a studio setup. He's, he works back home. He has a business. He does a currency exchange. That's his business back home. Okay. He has a really successful business, and so he's just a day-to-day Iraqi guy. And I was like, hey, Uncle Salam, you want to come with me do this interview?
That's amazing.
He's like, yeah, let's go. He's been down for whatever.
You're like that
lately.
too, though. You're kind of down for whatever.
Yeah, I think I get that from him, man.
Yeah.
When I was hanging out with him yesterday, we were in downtown Beverly Hills till 2 a.m. yesterday. We were walking around. Yeah, we were just out and about. It was a good time. And by the way, if it wasn't for me going, hey, we got to go to sleep, got to wake up early.
Yeah,
he would have stayed.
Night.
He was just enjoying it. I'll show you guys. I'll send you pictures. Maybe you could add it in the podcast later on. he was like he just wanted to take pictures with everybody. He wanted تقول لي على البحر تريد تاخذ صور ويا الناس. It's man.
It must be amazing.
Yeah.
You guys seem high on life, you two. Even despite your background, you're high on life, and you don't. He doesn't drink or anything, right?
انت لا it's just cigarettes.
Oh, nice.
السجاير ما نشرب ما هاي اقول له.
Is there a lot of cigarette smokers in Iraq? Is that a big thing? Like same in Italy.
سجاير بالعراق يقول لك.
كل شيء
Every day?
ايش قد كان عمرك من بديت تدخن؟
سنة 79
He started smoking in 1979. He said he was what 17 يمكن كنت بعمرك؟
يعني 18
18.
How many a day? How many cigarettes a day?
كم جيجارة
I'm just curious.
باليوم؟
شوي أكثر.
Little by little, more and more. يعني باكيت جت لك فترة تكمل باكيتات.
Lazy Jones and right now?
There was there was at one moment where he would smoke 3 packs a day. There
Oh
was a
my
time.
gosh.
3
And you got
packs.
white teeth? What the hell?
Yeah.
He looks good.
He's Hollywood smile, man.
He's got you ready for Hollywood.
الابتسامة مال Hollywood.
Imagine like turn of event because he's so open, like he ends up like accidentally stumbling and it'd be like a star of a movie.
That'd be so
He
funny.
just like accidentally stumbles on set somewhere and
Yes.
they're like, "It's you, get over here!"
I
Hey.
told Zach yesterday. You know what it felt like? Have you seen Bad Grandpa?
Yeah.
I told Zach, imagine a movie where it's my uncle.
Yeah.
And he gets to be. It's all real, but he comes and it's like a bad grandpa type of setting where we take him to Florida, Daytona Beach, and like it would be such a cool perspective, of him.
I am curious about the perspective because like I only know from my own experience. I'm going to speak on mine. I'm not going to pretend to know much about all of this, but my cousins in Italy, like, they get attached to American things that become famous, like whether it's a movie, George Clooney, Star Wars. They stay little things they pick up because like our pop culture is all over the world, especially movies. So who's the most famous like American in Iraq?
يقول لك منو أكثر واحد مشهور بأمريكا يعني يا ممثل يا مغني بس العراق يحبوه ويعرفوه الأمريكي.
Like, oh, he's the biggest. Please don't say The Rock. I mean, I love The Rock, but I feel like it might be The Rock.
Michael
I'm just
Jackson.
kidding.
I think Michael
Jackson. Wow.
Yeah, he's big in Iraq.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. And his music?
واكو مذيعة يعني مثل شغلته سودة قصيرة هاي تطلع هيك سودة شوية.
Oprah? He said there's a lady that does what you do, but she's short. It's Oprah.
You don't have to cut out it, he said.
Yeah.
He was just describing it. It wasn't malicious.
There it is.
Black.
She's black,
Yeah,
Oprah.
yeah.
She's famous in Iraq.
Yeah.
Oprah, Michael Jackson.
Oprah and Michael Jackson. Wow, what a mix.
محمد علي كلاي.
Muhammad Ali Clay for sure.
Who's that?
Muhammad Ali.
Oh, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Which way? It's different in Arabic?
So in Iraq, we don't say Muhammad Ali. We say Muhammad Ali Clay. Because his first name was, back before
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay.
So you honor that.
Yeah, we call him, we love Muhammad, but just there's so many Muhammads.
So
we're
keep track of
Ali
him.
Clay, like the boxer,
I don't know much of his story, but I mean, he wasn't Muslim early on, and then he converted, and then did that kind of put him on the map for your people over there? Was that like, because he's like a big figure?
Because I think he would even go to the Middle East a lot. He would go, he went to Mecca, Muhammad Ali. He's been to, so he was bigger than life,
Can you refresh my memory? I'm sorry. Where exactly is Mecca?
Oh, it's in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
What should be wrong? Or someone's like, whatever, brother. No, it's
Bro,
Saudi.
I should know that. I'm an interviewer. I should know that. I forgot.
No, Muhammad Ali. He's been in Mecca's in Saudi.
Yeah,
Saudi,
okay.
Yeah. He's been راح المكة مو. He's been to Mecca actually.
Do a lot of. Is that a big thing to do in the faith, like to go to Mecca?
So it's like there's 5 pillars of Islam, right? To be considered Muslim, not be considered to be Muslim. There's like these 5 pillars that
you're
we live
explaining.
by.
You're not trying to get me to convert.
I'm trying to convert you one of these days.
All right. Yeah.
But one of them is if you could afford to go and you have the means to do so, it's one of the most beautiful, most every Muslim should go there kind of thing, and they have to experience. My grandpa's been there, and then the other, so he's been there. Actually, you could ask him. I haven't been. So شلون مكة ما رحت شفتها يعني ما يعرف شنو مكة يعني شلون تقول لي هي
بيت الله الحرام يعني اكو فد بيت يعني هو هذا اللي نزوره الكعبة تعتبر كعبة المسلمين يعني.
It's like the house of
في
Islam.
جميع أنحاء العالم.
So it's just everybody all over the world going to see. It's the number one place to go
for Muslims. Yeah. And يخلون واحد يعني مسيحي يفوت. Yeah, you can't go in there, Paul, unless you convert. It's only Muslims.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He won't let you in.
Well, you're allowed. I just want you guys to know you're allowed in the Vatican, so I'm a little hurt. I'm a little hurt.
يقول المسيح يخلونا نفوت بماتهم ليش يعني
You went like this. I like so far we got this for Oprah and this for Italian Catholics. Yeah, I like that. You got
It's up to you, you know.
That's so good. I love the physicality, dude. It's so
You know,
true.
I want to ask him what he thinks about you on camera.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get it.
شو تفكر على
Don't hold
الفون؟
anything back.
قول له الصدق يعني
Tell him to be as mean and as funny as possible.
اجى شفت لابس هذا الجاكيت لازم يعني شو تفكر بيه؟
شخص محبوب.
He said you're very lovable.
Lovable.
بس-
Oh, good.
بس يعني اذا تريد تنصب عليه اذا تريد تقول لي اكو شيء هاي.
شخص محبوب ومحترم.
He said you're very respectful and
Respectful,
honorable.
honorable.
Yeah.
He didn't say gay?
Not yet.
All right.
no.
That's good. I'm doing well. That's you know what? That's so cool though. Oh, he's got more. He's got more. It's like a therapy session.
He said you're very likable guy. شنو مو زين عليه؟ اكو شيء نشاز.
ما أعرفه بس هو شكل يعني.
He said he doesn't know you yet.
Yeah.
But from what he could tell, you're very handsome.
Oh, wow.
Face beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh my God. Thank you. Maybe
I
I'm the
didn't
next
think of
Oprah in Iraq. I gotta
Hey,
just keep it going,
honestly,
man.
if we post this, you might be
I
the
gotta
biggest
keep going. Get me
host,
big in
yeah.
Iraq, man.
You know?
That is so interesting though, because what he's touching on and just reading my like the aura is I do believe in this outside of language is like because you guys have it too. He has it too. I could tell right
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Great guy. I'd hang out. My instincts want to. I know he doesn't drink, but like, I want to have drinks all night with him. You know,
قال هو يعرف
like
متى ما
he's got a
تحب
vibe.
بس يريد يطلع وياك.
Like he's
يريد
got a
يشرب بيرة وهيك.
fun loving.
أشرب يعني أطلع وياه بس.
What do you say? I love the laughs without knowing what it is. It's so
At first he
interesting.
said, "Adi, I'll drink." Actually, I don't drink.
وعلى حسابي يعني.
He said it's on him. He wants to take you out.
That's what I mean. Like he's a fun loving. You can tell
Yeah.
that's so interesting. And I think more of us in life, and that's why I'm bringing it up, have to remember this with people. Like you may not speak the same language. You may come from different parts of the world, but there's goodness. There's goodness
yeah.
here. There's good vibes here. There's good spirit here. That is international. That's universal. That's like something that nothing social media or politics will
You
take
can't hide
away.
it. It's energy. You feel
It's
it.
energy,
Yeah.
and we have it today outside of wherever anybody's from. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that that's why I love having you guys on.
Oh,
Is he giving me more compliments?
He wants to say he wants you to fly to Iraq one of these days.
I would love to.
And he wants to host you and take
be great.
you out. That's his dream.
That'd be great. We'll do a comedy show, dude. We'll go do a comedy show in Iraq.
Iraq. From this eye to this eye is what he said.
Is that a good omen?
Hi, in Iraq we have a famous thing.
That's a good omen.
From here to here, it's like, it's worth everything.
Oh, wow.
It's like he wants to honor it with his own
That's
eyes.
so awesome.
Yeah, you know.
See, because in Italy that means we're gonna murder you.
It does it
So-
really.
no,
ها، يقول بالإيطالي من هيك تسوون يعني حيقتلوك.
This side of this side, you're
He
dead.
said, I put you over my head like a crown.
That's so nice.
You know?
Listen, mark our words, because Younis and I are doing big things in comedy, little by
Inshallah.
little. We're gonna do an international thing one day, and we're gonna go to Iraq, and you're gonna host the Iraq show, and I'm gonna do a set.
That'd be amazing. Then we go to Italy after.
And we
bring
go to
him
Italy
with.
too. Yeah.
I have a question. نقدر نتزوج بالعراق؟ نلقى له مرة نتزوجه؟
مسيحية إيه بس مسلمة ما ينطون.
So I asked him, you think we could get Paul married in Iraq? He said we could get him a Christian girl, but no Muslims.
Why?
ما يسمح الدين الإسلامي يعني.
We can't do it.
بشرط أن يستسلم إيه نعم.
He said if you can convert to Islam, we can get you a Muslim.
Well, I'm
wife.
already married, but maybe I could convert for more wives. You guys, does
يقدر
he have?
يتزوج كم مرة يقول لأن هو متزوج
إذا
هسه.
مسلم
إيه.
4.
If
4.
you're Muslim, you could get 4. He said.
Now, I got a question. Let's
Yes.
go dive into this for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Obviously, I know his wife passed away.
Yeah.
But how common is the 5 wives in Iraq? And are you guys crazy? How do you have all your hair being with that many women?
يقول لك يعني العادي هواي ناس متزوجين اكو ناس متزوجين اكثر من مرة واحدة اكو.
It's so
شلون ما يضوجون ما يوقع شعرهم من
How do you keep your hair? How do you keep your hair?
معارك دق
He said they beat him up. No.
Yeah.
He said you just keep fighting for love. That's what he was saying.
But no, in all seriousness, how common is it in
No, it's
in
pretty
town? You go,
common.
oh, this is my wife. This is my wife. This is my wife. This is my
يعني
wife.
من
Everybody?
من خلينا نقول 1000 واحد من كم واحد من الألف معدم أكثر من زوجة واحدة.
زوجة.
إيه.
Like, what's the percentage?
من 1000. إيه. I'm asking him out of 1,000 men, how
How many men have multiple wives?
إيه.
Yeah.
150.
About 150.
Okay, so
a
it's
lot.
it's
Like
it's like
10%. I'm bad at math, but I want to say that's
20, 30. My math's off too, but it's it's lower than it's not half. It's
No,
less than half.
less than half. But it's there.
Is that more old school Islam or is it is it just like a preference?
I think it's more culturally, and I think it is permitted. What is it? Permitted. It's okay to do it in our religion. So
Is there certain Middle Eastern countries that like it's more common, like Iraq versus like Palestine or something? Just like this topic, I'm
غير
curious.
العراق يعني
I'm talking over English a little bit while you guys talk, just
Yeah.
so. No, keep going. Keep asking him. I'm talking over here.
يقول لي يعني بس العراق
Because I realize if you are listening, it is kind of hard to understand the language that I don't understand, but we're getting a good conversation out of it. So hopefully you guys are sticking with us. He's talking about the percentage
He
of
said
wives.
all of them. It's
All
of the
Middle Eastern countries, you have multiple
any
wives.
Muslim countries, you're allowed. So there's no. It's hard to pick. It's like a general, all across.
Now, do we look funny having like traditionally
I
having
mean,
one
Americans
wife?
have more than one wife. The Mormons.
Mormons do.
That's you guys.
And divorce. Divorces happen are pretty common now. But
Yeah, divorces
traditionally,
don't happen as much back
traditionally
home.
though, America though, and it was the one wife, one husband.
Oh, that's true.
Kind
That's
of.
true. Then the Mormons
route.
changed the game, huh?
I guess that religion did, yeah. And you guys,
We
And you,
changed
yeah,
it.
you came.
Look, we're
you guys came over and said,
progressive,
"Hey, this is the way we're doing it." I mean, I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I one's enough. Is what I'll say for me.
أكثر من لازم تعب بالزواج.
هي مثل سنة واحدة قليل واثنين هواية.
He said there's this ancient proverb: one is little and more than one is too many.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
international. That's evergreen across it all. That goes for a lot of things. I believe that.
وين نودي ذا نودي للعراق؟
I love hearing Younis speak Arabic too. It's so good.
يعني العراق فيه هواية أماكن يعني
طويل
غريبة
ونس.
ما موجودة بكل العالم.
He said, I asked him, if you come to Iraq, where would we take you? He said, there's places in Iraq that are very mysterious, that is not like no other country.
Really, like interesting.
أحد الأماكن المقدسة اللي عندنا بالعراق
إيه.
اللي هي يعني كلها من ذهب يعني.
There's apparently a little spot that he knows of where everything's made of gold.
Whoa.
Yeah,
How
city
old?
or-
I mean, Iraq is old, right?
It's
very.
one of the first civilizations, ancient Mesopotamia.
I was about to get into this. It was Mesopotamia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In the Bible, it's Mesopotamia as well, and in Catholicism, I
because
think.
it's right by the Euphrates. That whole section,
Right.
the Fertile Crescent, is Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
أغنى بلد بالعالم.
It's Iraq is he's saying one of the most resourceful and one of the richest nations.
Wow.
السعودية.
It even has more resources than Saudi. However, it's corrupt. الناس يحبقون من عند العراق.
Careful, don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
الحكومة يعني
The
حرامية.
government is thieves.
Now, how dangerous is saying that?
Now, not
Now.
that dangerous. Back then, it was
How far back?
يعني يقول لك
70s you're
هسه
saying?
نقدر هيك نحكي بس قبل من صدام موجود.
No.
If it was Saddam around,
صدام
You be
سترونج يعني صدام سترونج للشعب ما حد يقدر يحكي.
no one could say a word against Saddam. when
And
he
if
was
you
in
did,
charge.
did he
إذا
find you,
واحد
right?
حكى عليه.
نعم.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Italy, what did you do?
You know, in Italy, we do this. No. There's a bunch for killing.
yeah.
I was kidding about the idea.
Oh,
There's
okay.
this. There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
صدام قوي يعني سترونج.
Yeah, Saddam's strong, and he would.
الحكومة هذه هسه
The government right now is a bunch of bitches.
يعني تابعة لإيران ذيل من اللي يقول إيران.
A lot of the corruption is coming from neighboring countries like Iran. Kind of they have a hand
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Iraq. A lot of countries have their
إيران سرقت كل ثرواتها.
yeah. A lot of the treasures and the artifacts was robbed by Iran. I don't know
Wow.
if that's what he's saying.
So is the morale like day to day? Like he's got great disposition,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
since the war with and the devastation,
yeah.
and then now the government is morale like is it tough? Is it tough day to day? You think?
هسه العراق يعني ناس شي يفكرون ورا الحرب ورا كل هاي السوالف
يعني إحنا
الناس
كنا نتمنى العراق بعد ما دخلت أمريكا بالعراق كنا نتمنى خير.
When-
حيتغير الوضع نحو الأحسن.
صح.
لكن صار العكس.
He said when America first came, they thought it's like this is our savior. We're gonna
Jeez.
become like beautiful country. They're gonna get
Wow.
rid of the corruption. He's like, but then it made it even worse. Because actually they welcomed the Americans. So
Right, right,
They
right.
welcomed them open hand. Like they brought them to our house. Made
Yeah.
teas at the
I don't
time.
even know where do we stand as like I don't even know like personally I have my opinions, but I don't even know
Yeah.
what the takeaway for
Of
the
that whole
American
thing?
government is with that war. Like now, like what do we say about it now? I don't think anything
it
came from it.
Let's see what
know? I don't know. I mean, Saddam died.
yeah.
'Cause of it,
I'm actually
right?
curious to see what he thinks more about Saddam. I want to pick his brain more because he was alive during that whole.
So and he was a citizen under his
yeah,
reign, I
yeah.
guess you would say.
شنو تفكيرك على صدام بوقتها من كنت انت قبل الحرب قبل هاي شنو كان؟
كنا يعني الوضع كنا ما حابين لأن ماكو ديمقراطية ماكو يعني الوضع المادي
Saddam
سيء.
Hussein, for the record.
Yeah,
that's who we're talking
المادي
about.
سيء.
Not my friend
Yeah.
Saddam, Sally
فكنا
Saddam.
نتمنى خير
Just so you guys know.
بعد ما راح صدام. يعني
I'm
بعد-
talking a little bit as he
لكن
talks, just to
صار
keep
العكس.
us
جو
engaged
الأمريكان
with English.
والأمريكان يعني
And he's far enough away where you could hear me probably more, right, guys?
He
All right,
said,
go ahead.
He said when Saddam was ruling, it wasn't ideal. It was, there was no
Fear.
Fear. There's not a lot of hope for what's to come. And then, that's why when America came, they thought it was going to be the savior, and then,
جت أمريكا جابت لنا إيران.
yeah, when America
قدمت
came,
لهم إياه على طبق من ذهب الإيران. وإحنا خيراتنا كلها راحت ما بين إيران ما بين أمريكا.
yeah, he said they were like,
ضعنا.
we were like robbed in between. Like when America came, Iraq got
Yeah.
divided. It was taken, a piece was taken by Americans, a piece was taken by Iran, a piece was taken by, it just, we were robbed,
Yeah.
is what he feels,
Yeah, like not knowing kind of where to allegiance to. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, Americans are going to save us. Well, but Saddam's from here. He's our
Yeah,
guy. Maybe we
yeah.
should go with him. Well,
Yeah.
wait, we're scared of him, and he's bad,
Yeah.
and
It's like we need better luck in that region, man.
Yeah.
Maybe like you said, we do that comedy show there. Say,
yeah, only the power of us two will bring
just
together
me
the
and
entire
Paul,
Middle East. No
yeah,
big
yeah,
deal,
yeah.
dude.
And
That's
we fix
it.
the whole
That's
crisis.
it.
Yeah,
All
just
the fighting.
two guys, yeah.
It is interesting historically, and I don't know enough of the history, but religiously, it's all there. I mean, all religions kind of have their bases and their holy lands
Yeah.
in the Middle East and around those areas.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
It's interesting, and there's so much. It's kind of like, and I don't want to speak out of turn as like this. Like, I know I appear white, but I identify olive. But like, I don't want to appear like I don't know, but like, I just wish that could be more sacred for the world, and it could be like a more peaceful place based on how much faith comes
History
from there
and
in
so,
history.
yeah.
It's such rich with history.
I wonder, yesterday actually we were talking about it, and I was like, what's the solution there? It's like only God could save that area. Like that's at least where his belief is. Like it's so far. Is that a plane? What is that?
Oh, dude!
You hear that?
By the way, you made this joke once when you were here, like planes and like things like running around.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, but that's more Chicago in you, maybe. I don't know.
It is.
It's
I
more
was like, are we going under attack? What's going?
dude, wait. You escaped, persecution and war-torn area to move to Chicago.
No, actually, even worse. It was Rockford. When we first came to America, it was Rockford, Illinois.
There's
I
no
love
hate on
Rockford.
Chicago, but
No,
there's some sounds late at night in Chicago, just like a lot of cities. That's all I'm saying.
Like, cause when we landed right now, you come to LA, you land, you see, wow, LA. When we landed in Rockford, we were like, whoa, what is this? Like, by the way, Rockford is my hometown. I love Rockford.
Yeah.
But we did not, it was different than what we expected. Because you think you have the dream, the American dream of it. And then let alone Chicago.
Chicago's great. I'm just messing with you about
what's better
guns.
Than, you know what's worse than actually the worst place I've ever been to is Jersey.
Whoa!
Medina.
Now, we were talking cross.
Jersey.
We were talking cross religions, war, Iraq, America. Now you cross the line.
Jersey's
okay?
the only, Iraq doesn't rock with Jersey.
Yo, you're wrong. There's a lot of good Iraqi people there, I'm
Is
sure.
there really?
Yeah, New York, New Jersey.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
really? No,
Definitely.
we love New York.
You got to come visit my home.
I've been to Zach's home in Jersey. I've never been to
Different.
your
You
area.
got to come to the Italians.
There's an
No,
Italian.
we love Zach.
Yeah?
There's an Italian section in Jersey, dude. Look at me. Are you kidding?
Really? What's it like? Is it Little Italy? They call it.
There's Little Italy in New York, but there's a lot of us back in the day immigrated from Italy to New York and then eventually Jersey. But some immigrants from Italy went straight to Jersey
Wow.
too. Jersey City back in the day,
Interesting.
And interesting enough, my family history. My grandfather left after World War II, after a war. It's funny how wars. I mean, not funny, but I'm here because of World War II.
So
I told my daughter this the other day.
So what you're trying to say to the people, Paul, is wars brings people together.
War sucks, but it changed our lives, and now we're friends because of it.
It's what it is. I think even when something negative happens, in the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it always ends up. There's always good that comes out of it. Whether it's war, even it's sounds like I'm pro-war right now. It's like, hey, even no.
A lot of people would
But
put some
even when
opinions on
someone
you.
tries to put negative energy in the world, even the whatever, in the end of the day, love always wins. That's
I agree.
That's what I think.
Well, I told my daughter. You appreciate this. Told my daughter the story the other day because we were talking about my grandfather was from Italy.
Yeah.
And he got hit with a tank in World War II, and he was in a
Wow.
coma for almost a year. He almost died. He woke up from the coma and was like, I love my girlfriend. I'm following her to America because my grandmother was coming here.
فيقول جدة
So,
من
and this is it in
الحرب
Arabic, the
مال
story of my family
العالم-
history.
العالم الثاني.
Now in
كان
Arabic,
بإيطاليا.
for the first time in color, which is
by the way,
amazing.
Is it when I'm translating, is the audio cutting off or no? It's good.
No. I just know if your people are listening, they're not going to understand. So I'm talking over you just to keep chatting. But
دبابة انفجرت.
people are going to tune in and think
وقال تعرف شنو
the feed went to Al Jazeera.
عافوا ايطاليا وجو لامريكا. فهمت؟ فشلون احنا نعرف من العراق هو جدة عاف ايطاليا. Yeah, سبحان الله.
Yeah, so I was just saying how I told my daughter that story, and I said, I'd never thought of it that way, but without World War II, I wouldn't exist. And then my 5-year-old's like, what is that supposed to mean? Would mommy be here? I was like, well, yeah, she would, but I wouldn't because my family came over and you left right before the war broke out, and
we wouldn't. My future kids will never.
Yeah, it's also family love. It's like your parents were doing what was best for you at the time. He was trying to go out for what was best.
Yeah.
So all cultures are trying to do what's best for their families. Like it's love at the end of the day. Like you're saying. We sound very rah-rah kumbaya, but I do like talking with you guys about this because we generalize so much about bodies of people. Even Muslims, post 9/11, it was like a very dark time for Muslims. It was like generalizations and stereotypes and like, are you a terrorist? I mean, seriously.
And not only that, like I remember at the time, like Iraq got blamed for it. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11.
Yeah.
Not once. There's, so it's interesting, like I was like, why am I getting killed? We didn't do that, like it's and it was terrible times,
It must have been hard. I mean, I know it was bad for people who were already in America.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people changed their names. Like people that were named Muhammad changed it to Mo.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people that a lot of people would shave their beards when they go to their 9 to 5s. That were like Muslims would be. They shaved it just because of fear of
Yeah. Which, by the way, is that a sign of marriage or anything with the beard?
What do you mean?
Is it's part of the faith to have like longer beards or anything? Because I know that this is a weird correlation, but the Amish, it has to do with if they're married or not. Different religion though.
It has not.
It's just
the beard is just
preference?
culturally. I think يعني على اللي يقول ليش العرب عندهم شوارب ولحية قلت له
يعني تعتبر هاي من يعني الرجولة.
It shows manlyhood.
Manlyhood. So if you're in Iraq and you just somehow have a fluke and you can't grow a beard, what happens?
قال لي واحد بالعراق وما يقدر يربي لحية. عادي بس
It's fine. You're not.
لا no problem.
No problem.
It's okay. It's okay. But I mean, most people have beards. I feel like most men have
a lot of
beards,
people.
Right? Have you ever been clean shaven?
Honestly, the last time I was clean shaven was probably like 16 years old. It's been.
So you just been rocking. You're like so glad.
I'm thinking about bringing the mustache back.
The mustache looks great on you.
Yeah.
I do mustaches every other week.
كنت انت عندك الشوارب كانت الستايل بوقتها يقول قبل اللحية كنت عندك بس شوارب الناس بالثمانينات بالسنوات بالعراق كانوا يحبون الشوارب
ولا حد الان يعني
It was 70s. What's a What's a shwarab?
Shwarab means beard. Hey.
A beard, shwarab. I like that word. Shwarab. Shwarab. You like my shwarab?
شوارب.
You like mine?
This is لحية شوارب mustache.
Shwarab.
Mustache.
هاي لحية.
Shwarab. You should do a bit being like, check out my shwarab.
Shwarab. Italians, they have you guys.
Mustacchio.
Mussolini had a nice
because we talked Saddam when you bring up Mussolini.
Yeah,
like, I liked him. You think I like Mussolini? Is that what you're trying to say on camera?
Was Mussolini loved by his people back in the day? I don't know much about Mussolini.
Are you trying to get me pro-Nazi on my own podcast? Is that what you're saying?
No,
is that what you're trying to do?
I don't know.
That's what he's trying to get me. I can see.
No.
My people were not. No. So Italy, I don't know.
Wait. I'm actually curious. Mussolini, I know he was your Saddam. That was you guys' Saddam.
I don't think we thought of it that way historically because it's different timing. But I don't know historically enough about it. But I do know that he was pro Hitler.
Oh,
Mussolini,
get out of here!
And Italy, half of Italy was not for it. Half of Italy, Italy was divided during the war, including my family. It was in Naples, and when the Americans came, they actually you were describing Americans coming as savers. That was how it felt for South Italy because they did come help, and they teamed up. A lot of the history of the mafia actually has to do with the Italian mafia running the South, and then the Americans coming
and helping
them out, and then going, "Hey, you're mayor now. Hey, you do this. You're in charge of this, and come to America. We got the hook up in America, and come over, come to New York." And it was like
I never knew that.
But that was also World War II. Italians were already here.
Yeah.
But late 40s, early 50s also is a new kind of relationship with
Wow.
Italian and mafia and
هم كان عندهم
You
احنا
know.
شلون من زمان كان عندهم مثل واحد مثل
Yeah.
صدام بايطاليا هذا موسوليني اي
Mussolini though was a dictator and terrible. It wasn't.
Who's worse, Mussolini or Saddam?
I mean,
موسوليني سترونج.
He's very strong, he said. Mussolini
Yeah.
was a powerful guy.
he was. I don't know. I mean, they're both bad. I would
both
say.
bad, yeah. You know what's interesting is I was thinking about this the other day. People say Saddam was
كان يحب الحروب وكان يحب
yeah he was a war he was like monger. He was a war
Yeah,
monger.
Mussolini was. Yeah. I don't know enough about.
Beautiful. Yeah, he loves history, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know enough about him, but I do know that Italy was all out of whack because of his allegiance to that side.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was allegiant to that, and the war, obviously went the way it went. Thank God.
Yeah, it would be a different story, huh?
Crazy.
أكو عندك- I want to ask him if he has any stories of like, if there's any stories like about Saddam that they're like infamous stories. Is
Yeah,
that
like
okay?
growing up in Iraq
for
stories.
him, I want to. Do we have time for that?
Yeah. I'm checking. Yeah, I'm like
Or
the
is there
maybe.
any other things you want to
No,
add?
like I like the dude. I love
Yeah.
this because you know him better than me, and
Yeah.
you also know the language.
يقول لك من انت كنت عايش يعني اي اكو قصص يعني شلون كان
Or like scary things, like
اكو صدام
crazy.
ليش كان يخوف اكو قصص معروفه مال صدام
طبعا يعني اي واحد يحكي على النظام او الوضع الداخلي بالعراق يحكي على كل العالم
Yeah.
بس لا تحكي على صدام.
What was that?
احكي
صدام
على سب رئيس الموزمبيقي، رئيس الروسي، رئيس الامريكي.
He said you could cuss
بس
in
صدام
everything
no.
at any country in the world, any country leader except Saddam. That was like
Yeah.
ليه شو يسوي ذا
اكو
واحد؟
حريه تحكي على العالم كله بس ماكو حريه تحكي.
I mean, a lot
You
of
have freedom of speech in Iraq.
except for that
Except you
criticizing.
can't criticize. You could criticize everything. You could come say fuck Bush, fuck that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they allow it. Freedom of speech, but not against Saddam.
A lot of places are like that, though.
اذا تسب صدام اعدام.
If
You get
even,
killed?
they hang you. They
Publicly?
It's a death penalty. Yeah.
Wow. That's
yeah.
scary. That's fear. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
So you just learn to just
بس
do
اذا ما تتقرب الصدام ما حد يتقرب لك.
if
If
you're
you
cool with
don't,
him.
if you let him be, he lets you be. If you don't,
Well, it's like a super dysfunctional husband,
صورة عامة.
abusive husband. Don't talk
صورة
bad
عامة.
about me.
الشعب العراقي مقصود.
I'm gonna hit you. I'll
الشعب
kill you.
العراقي
Really, it's even
مقصود
worse.
قسمين.
It's just
شيعة.
crazy, that dynamic. I'm just talking a little more just so we keep everybody listening.
He was saying the Iraq is divided in two. There's Shia and Sunni.
شيعة وسنة.
Yeah.
Shiites?
شيعة.
Yeah.
Shiites?
سنة مذهب.
It's
مذهب.
like a division within the religion.
Oh,
There's,
okay.
And
صدام سني.
Saddam's
Sunni.
a Sunni.
السنة كانت تحب صدام. الشيعة لا.
Yeah, Sunni Shiites are against each
Yeah.
other, right?
It's not that they're against each
يعني
other. No.
Different.
قتلوا كذا but
There was just it's more political power, like the who's ruling.
What's the religious
الشيعة تابعين
division there?
لإيران،
Yeah.
السنة تابعين للسعودية.
What's the difference in religion with
so
them?
It's tricky subject, but the best way we could say is the Shias. They kind of
Iran.
is based off like how the Iran is run by Shias, so they kind of base their beliefs, their government, how they want to rule is like
Yeah,
Iran,
yeah,
and then Iraq used to base theirs off Saudi Arabia, like how
Got
that's so the majority. You know what's interesting about Iraq is the majority of Muslims in Iraq are actually Shia. The minority is Sunni, but in the religion of Islam, the majority is Sunni and the minority is Shia.
أنا
Oh.
Yeah, we're Sunni family.
So you guys are the minority in Iraq,
In
but not
Iraq,
in the religion.
not in the
That's so
overall sense.
interesting.
Only Iraq and Iran.
مهمة بالعراق.
Yeah.
So are you guys like made fun of?
So there's-
فيها أمن يعطوها للسنة ما يعطوها للشيعة.
So back in the day, when like any all the
أمن المخابرات
benefits, the people that were in the government positions that were running Iraq were Sunni, but you have to remember they were the minority within
it.
the Shia.
Are you guys also the brunt of jokes and stuff? Like, because you're the minority? Like, is it not that all minority, but you know what I mean? Are you like the outcasts in a way?
No, but we're it's not about the outcasts. It was more like they were just the ones who were ruling the government. Like Saddam was the government. All of the government was run by Sunnis. So
Got
it's
it.
like but it's the minority. Yeah, it's just the minority. Yeah.
Interesting.
هو ايش عجب يعني بوقت صدام يعني قبل صدام كانت منو اللي عاد
I love hearing
وهو من إنسان
Younis.
سني.
Younis, you speak perfect. I didn't realize he speaks as
Yeah.
well either. Knowing him for as long as I have.
So even before Saddam, it was run by Sunnis. Right? I was asking him, has it always been Sunnis that are in
أول
charge?
مرة استلموا الشيعة بالحكم.
This is the first time in history in Iraq that the Shia is running.
Now it's
Iraq.
shifted. Oh,
Yeah, when
and you
after
guys
the
are saying
war.
it's more corrupt now.
No, he
So
said
no-
it's always been corrupt.
But-
yeah. You know what's funny? Yesterday I told him Rami went to college for political. What is he?
Rami's our boy. Is also another great stand-up
Yeah,
comedian.
really great comedian. He's my roommate. He's my best friend.
Yeah.
He
دمروا الدولة الشيعة حاليا من اللي يسموها.
yeah, he said it's pretty bad in
بينما
Iraq.
احنا كنا بالحكم يعني حتى اني
Yeah.
احنا كان ماي براذر
Yeah.
مسؤولين جنرالات
Yeah,
in army صدام.
He said when Saddam was in power, like my dad was a general in the military.
Yeah.
جنرال كان بال.
He was saying my dad was a general in the military.
Yeah.
Like and things were he was saying there was a more stable government.
There was a time before your family left where it was a little bit
So
more
really, once we left,
peaceful.
Once we left, Iraq went to shambles.
Yeah,
That's what-
That's how it went down, right?
But what I was saying yesterday is he met Rami yesterday.
Yeah.
And Rami asked my uncle asked Rami, what did you study in college? Rami said economics and political. What is the
Science?
Political science.
Yeah.
So he asked me, what can you do with it? He's like, I could be a president, or I could be a governor. He's like, maybe I go to Iraq, I could become a president because I have a political. And when he responded to me, he said, oh, so you could be a thief. Like if you want to be a politician,
Right.
you want to,
Corruption.
so it's. But honestly, corruption in every country.
I mean, it's power and
Yeah.
greed that kind of is bleeding into it all. And when you hold the cards, I mean, we see that now. And if we got, it's a whole nother discussion about American politics now and the election coming up, and Trump's just got indicted. I mean, there's so much. What do you think of? I don't want to get too political, but what do you think of when Donald Trump was president? Did we look stupider
بالعراق
there
من
or
what?
what?
رئيس وش فكروا من هسه بايدن صار
And this is not a
رئيس.
political
يعني
question.
شنو؟
This is an optics question for anybody who's
جو
mad at
يعني
this
ما شي
question.
يفكرون.
Can't even touch the name without it being polarizing in our world now.
He was saying Trump is not a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's a businessman.
تاجر.
Yeah, straight business.
Straight business.
اما
Did it look weird? Did it look like stupid though?
يعني
I'm just curious.
يعني كانما عقل.
You got a nice punch?
He was saying Trump's a business guy. He's not in his right mind.
Yeah.
And Biden, his mind is not there.
Yeah.
You know?
Damned if we do, damned if we
Yeah,
don't,
it's
really.
similar,
I think
yeah.
Biden died a few months ago is my
Did he
take,
really?
honestly.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably
We would
did.
never know. We would never know.
Who
Who knows?
Wait, how long until we get another new president?
Hey,
here?
man, come on, man. Hey,
know,
Joe
what
Biden.
do you-
I think I do Biden better than Trump. Hold on,
Let's
let
hear
me
it.
try.
Hey, يقدر يقلد بايدن.
Hey, welcome to America, man. What's it?
But do the Trump. Dude, Trump is
What
better.
are we
You're-
doing around? Wait, no, is this Iraq? I know Iraq. I got ice cream there once. Not that bad. You think this is better? I think this is my voice was
Wait,
off.
do the
yeah.
Trump. Do the
I can't
Trump.
do Trump.
You have to do a good Trump.
I don't do Trump, okay? I don't do. I never do him. You got a bigger laugh out of him with the Trump though.
The Trump is good.
Really? I never do Trump.
Do that with your chin. You do something with your chin.
Only comes out for the Iraqis on the show. My bad Trump, my half baked Trump.
As if you could do a Trump.
You did no.
شو تسوي إذا شفت الترامب هسه؟ شو تسوي إذا تشوفه؟
ترامب
إيه؟ سلم عليه.
اسلم عليه.
وبوش. إذا تشوف
بوش ما
البوش.
أحبه.
He hates Bush. I said, what would you do if you saw Trump? He said, I don't talk to him.
See,
But if he
Trump's
sees
Bush is personal. Bush is personal for you guys
We hate Bush. He
because
heard,
he's the one who just came in.
listen, Bush, you forgot one. No, I don't know.
What's funny? What's crazy? Yeah. Bush
no,
is-
no. That's all right. I just had to let
This
it
is
go.
this. They're gonna look back on this episode as a shift when you go to Iraq and become the biggest leader in Iraq, and
And
then
this video
things happen.
appears.
This
Hey,
is
Bush,
Younis was there talking
forgot
then.
one.
You know, Bush. We thought Bush kind of looked not intelligent back then in America, and then when Trump came in order, Bush made Trump look amazing. I mean, Trump made Bush look amazing.
قال من أول شيء بوش صار رئيس إن الأمريكان فكروا هذا أهبل. بس بعدين اجى ترامب قالوا دقيقة هذا بعد أكبر. لا أكبر أهبل. هم أهبل ما يحبوه. إيه كل ناس يحبوا ترامب هو.
ترامب تجاري انسان تجاري.
He's just a business guy. He's saying.
يدور فلوس يعني.
He looks for money. You know, that's all he.
Crazy
wants.
thing about what you don't understand is Trump is a business guy through branding, through reality
Yeah,
television. I don't
marketing.
even know if he's a great business guy. He was just branded that way, so
يقول-
he's famous for that, even though it's not. We don't
هو
know if
باع
it's
لهم
necessarily
صورة
true.
أنا عندي business.
At least that's my take on
ويقول
Trump.
يعني هو ترامب أصلا مو قوي بالبزنس.
As a matter of fact, I know people who worked on that show in the game in The Apprentice who
Really?
basically were like, that's a storyline that was sold to us in television. So
قال
it's
هاي
like,
قصة كان هم
not to get. I don't like touching politics. This is my
Oh, that's
Italian
true,
Trump.
that's true, yeah.
Let's stop touching politics.
That's an Italian Trump. That's a good one.
Before you guys go, I love this chat. It's been so cool to meet you, to interview you. What's the one thing before you leave America that you really want to see and try and experience? One thing.
قبل ما ترجع للعراق.
What do you guys
شنو
think it
تريد
is?
تشوف أو تسوي بأمريكا؟
It's got to be
قبل
one
ما
thing,
ترجع؟
maybe from movies or TV or something that he's
أكو
dying, he's
شغلة.
never seen in his life, and he wants to see it.
كاتل نفسك تسويها بأمريكا شنو؟
Guy in a
قبل ما
suit?
تروح.
أتمنى عائلتي تيجي وياي.
He's saying I just want my family to come see him.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good message.
That's
you know?
beautiful. It's beautiful for family to come. Well, they're going to come on the next trip, I hope.
Inshallah, yeah, it's yeah.
Inshallah, which
If you
means
could-
God willing, right?
If you could make some calls for us, Paul, it would mean a lot. Maybe you're Italians, people could you said
Listen,
the mafia helps out, whatever.
We could always help you guys out with the right, What color's your money? Is it green? No.
Yeah. يقول لي يقول لي هو ايطالي يمكن يعرف لك كم واحد يخابر يسوي مخابرات نجيب من العراق.
I got a gift for you. I don't know if I know you smoke cigarettes, but as we go, I'm an Italian. This is what I smoke every day, and my gift to you, my welcome to America for you,
جايب لك هدية.
is a non-American rolled cigarro.
Cigar.
This is called Dolce Vita. Is this for him? Does he smoke cigars or no?
تحب سيجار؟
شروط كوبا.
Give him one.
Yeah, we call it a Cuban cigars.
فيدل كاسترو.
Yeah, it's
Castro.
like
Another
a
Cuban
Cuban.
guy.
You get one too. Everyone gets cigars.
Saddam
And I'm
Hussein.
Saddam. Oh gosh. Oh god, we're more like Saddam in here now.
He has a gift for you.
Okay, good. See, I feel like I'm nailing the cultural gift. You're
Yeah,
giving.
yeah. He has a gift. He has a gift for you.
Is he taking his wedding ring off? What's going on over here? This is a lot nicer gift than mine.
Yes.
Hold on. Well, I'm going to describe this.
This is a bit. Yeah. Oh, tell
now,
the cigar.
now I feel like mine was a lot cheaper. Hold on. Now I'm getting nervous. I'm getting real nervous. So, what's this?
Here, he wants to give you a gift.
Yeah,
Yeah, he said he's not trying to marry you. He's just.
Yeah, what's happening? Am I your new wife? Wow, thank you. Whoa.
Whoa, this is a big honor, by the way.
Get out of here. I feel like a gangster, and I'm the new Iraqi-Italian gangster over here. What will my Italian-Iraqi gangster name be?
شنو اسم العراقي؟
Abu D.
شنو إذا نعطيه اسم عربي؟
This is beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow. It's really, I can't take this. I can't really take this.
أحب اسم عبد الله.
He wants to name you after his son's name, Abdullah.
Abdullah. I am the new gangster of Iraq with this. Italian gangster.
Yes.
Paulie Abdullah. How you doing? I messed it up. I butchered it. Paulie Abdullah. Listen.
Aboudi.
Aboudi Abdullah. Yeah,
that's
look at that.
nickname.
I'm going to make everyone kiss the ring in LA now. Get over here.
Aboudi.
I wanted to end by letting you know this is called Dolce Vita, which I smoke every day. It's called Sweet Life. Remembering that life is sweet. And I feel like you guys reminded me of your perspective today that despite what you go through in life, despite how hard things can be, life is good and there's love and you can keep life sweet. So remember that message. That's what this means. You can tell them in Arabic
يقول لك يا
whenever.
الحياة حلوة.
Yeah, tell them now. Why not? We've been speaking this whole episode. Keep life sweet. Thank you for the gangster ring, guys. Thank you for coming. Welcome to America. Thanks for watching another episode of Papa Paul Friends. This was amazing. I say we go smoke these and eat hamburgers and cheeseburgers and show them some more American stuff.
Let's do it.
I want you guys to know if I keep this on, he's refusing to take the ring back. This is a real, I thought this was a joke, dude. No, this is real. This is a, really? Simple? Oh my gosh, I'm honored. Wow.
جاي الثانية إن شاء الله أجيب لك هدية.
What did he say?
Next time he comes, he's gonna bring you a nice.
Oh my gosh, next time, I mean, I feel like Iraqi royalty now.
He's gonna bring you the Arab man.
Oh my God, that cigar was like $5. I feel terrible now.